What? I can't auto-battle throw? Really? Really? I can't. Oh my god. I'm just... What the hells? Hey, really? Holy crap, I can't auto-battle throw. Fine, screw you, Edge. Nobody loves you. You're stupid and dumb. And I hate you. Moving on. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna grind a bit. Whoops, whoops. Edge is still terrible, Shadow, yes. I'm tempted to just turn off the stream for a bit while I level this, because this is just going to be really, really boring. Let's see, what's a topic we could talk about while we mulch? Anyone have any ideas? Anyone? Bueller? Let's talk about something weird. This FF4 is the last game that did this. In FF4 and previous FFs, there's a difference between tents and cottages. Tents do not heal you to full, like an inn will. They just heal you for about 1500 or so health, and however much mana. Cottages actually don't heal you to full either, they just heal like 5000 or so. So, it's just kind of a weird thing, because I know some people who have gone back to these older games, and who didn't, you know, from more modern games, and they use a tent thinking that they're at full health, and they're not. Because that's not how it worked back in the day, and they're like, wait a minute, you know. Okay, Enigma. I do love the music and the graphics of this place. At least it's a nice place to be in while writing. Oh, jeez, I may be about to die. Let's find out. Ugh. Wrathgate. So, do you remember where I left off, Little Billy, in my Wrathgate discussion? Live, Fusia. Thank you. God, that didn't even kill one of them. Oh my god, and now Fusuya is dead. Yeah, this is bad. Oh my god, they're still not dead. Why are they still not dead? Oh, thank god, one of them is dead. Anyways, Little Billy has not answered me yet, so I guess I'll talk about pineapple! Yes, I was actually expecting quad 99s. The fact that he only did 5,000 with Meteor is actually kind of discouraging. Yeah, I know, right? He's just... ugh. Star Wars is a little over 30 years old, yeah. And that is ultra old. I asked if you remember where I left off in my Wrathgate discussion. Now let's use another tent. Okay, 1,000 HP dead is how much the tent gave. $77. Or 7, yeah, as I say, 77 sounds about right. One thing I like about Cecil is his mana tank is essentially free heals, because I almost never use his mana in combat. So it's like purely out of combat heals. Oh. Well, goodbye forever, little Billy. Stretch. You know what would be awesome is if Gilgamesh is in Kingdom Hearts 3 without being a new character. If you don't understand what I mean by that, Squall, Cloud, Sephiroth, Tifa, Aeris, Yuna, Yuffie, Riku, Auron, they're all new characters in Kingdom Hearts. They really have nothing to do with their original counterparts. But imagine if it's the Gilgamesh. The one true Gilgamesh in Kingdom Hearts. Because, you know, he's a dimensional traveler, so he can actually do that. They can actually get away with that with him. He's the only one they actually could get away with that with, actually. Tell me it wouldn't be awesome. You know what, Chaos Rider? I don't know how young you are or old you are, but I want to share a story that you may have heard me tell before. I went to Episode 1 opening night, and, you know, midnight showing, and the theater was packed. Literally just packed. Everyone there was super, super excited about the movie, and I know I've told this story a dozen times, but we were there practicing. We were playing out scenes from the original trilogy. Fans were in front of the screen while we all waited for the movie to start, because everyone was there like hours early. And so we're all just hanging out, like, yeah, this is great. And I was playing. I was in my robes, my Dark Jedi robes. So I was playing Emperor Palpatine a few scenes, and it was just awesome. And we watched Episode 1, and you know what? I left that theater with a smile on my face. And you know why? Because everyone there was having a good time. And so I was having a good time. You know? Now, I have gone back and rewatched Episode 1. I've even done full analysis mode on Episode 1. And it's a terrible movie. I'm sorry, it is. But I still remember that enjoyment I derived of that opening night. So you know what I have to say to you, Cast Rider? I hope you like Episode 7. I hope I like Episode 7. Even if it's a bad movie. There's nothing wrong with more joy in the world. Also, I agree with that, Samurai. Like, legitimately, I do. I really do. I mean, if you think about it, he should be after a Keyblade. It'd be perfect for his collection. But yeah, exactly, Shadow. Shared enthusiasm is such a wonderful thing. Nemesis, Night Forager. Sharknado wasn't trying to be a good film. Oh god, I just realized I'm gonna have to order tickets like next week for Episode 7 to make sure I get midnight tickets. Oh shoot, hang on, that's a good... Maybe I should look like right now. Hang on, I'm gonna look right now. Rewatch Episode 1 and 2, Enigma. See you around, Samurai Jack. Wait, what happened, Joven? Fusoya wins. Fatality. You'd be surprised, Shadow. But yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead and try and look into buying tickets for that basically now. I'm just asking how many people are coming with me to the opening showing to see how many tickets I need to buy. I'm at least going to buy one for Sis. I don't know if Mini Zan's going to come there. So why are you surprised, Shadow? Is it because you're insane? It's there's several reasons. First of all, I want to make sure I get a ticket. That's actually pretty important. Second of all, I also would rather have it bought and dealt with so I don't have to think about it like the week of. What is the name, or not, what date does Episode 7 come up? Hang on. If I just search for Episode 7, what do I get? Aha! Star Wars Episode 7. What a freaking shock. Comes out December 18th? We get it late? Seriously? So that's a Friday. 4 days. 4 days, Deacon. Wow, Javan. That's... wow. Hey, Edge is dead. How long does the soft band last, Javan? Is this it? I'm trying to find out the name of the theater I go to, because I can't actually remember the specific name of the theater. Because I'm stupid, apparently. Is this it? This might be it. Whoa, whoa. A little too far in. I don't think this is it. Where's this it? It should be like right over here. Why are you showing me Bing? Nobody likes Bing. Edge really wants to make sure he knows everything about the ground right now. Damn it, Rydia, learn Flare. Or Meteor. Yeah, looks like I'm still at the tent after every fight stage. Remember this in FF6? Where I'd go and fight a single pack of Tyrannosaurs, and then tent, and then fight a pack of Tyrannosaurs, and then tent. They changed it around for the DS version, I thought. Maybe they or maybe that is the new version, in which case, damn it, I'm screwed! Because in the SNES version, Rydia earns Meteor, like, by 70 something, I want to say. Maybe it is 80, I don't know. Okay, so... see if I can figure out which theater it is. I can do this, guys. Is this it? No, that's not it. It's one of these. Zoom in. Oh my god, you are so stupid. Is it sad that I'm not even looking at whatever's happening in the game right now? Completely not paying attention. Okay, so where's... line 25... No. Have we won yet? Nope. Okay. Oh my god. You wouldn't think it'd be this hard to find a frickin' theater. North, maybe? No, because it'd be before 85. It should be, like, right here. Okay, how about movies? Maybe I'm being too specific and looking for theaters. Wow, Javin. Hang on. Shadow, do you not have a Star Wars showing? Like... really? No one's portraying Star Wars for you? That's a little... eyebrow-raising. Damn it to hell. I'll just text someone. This is ridiculous. I'm trying to find the name of this theater so I can be ready to buy tickets, and I cannot find this theater. I'm just browsing Google Maps and failing. I'm sorry, Braglin. I really am. There. Texted. God. It's decent, Torrent. Basically, you set up exactly what command they do, but apparently you can't set up everything. For example, I can't set up edge with throw, which actually irritates the crap out of me. You can set up item, but you can't set up throw. So it's not like it's a limitation of the fact that you can't actually have something with limited resources or whatever. Is this thing dead yet? Why is this thing not dead? Oh my god, why is it not dead? Why? I'm playing the easy mode and I'm still grinding. Well, you know what I'm grinding off. It's pretty far off right now, let's just put it that way. Okay, got it. I have the name of the freaking theater now. God. Okay. Now, someone tell me when the stupid tickets are supposed to go live so I can actually be ready to buy tickets for that, please. Now that I've finally figured that stupid crap. Okay. 10 at night? This evening? Oh, it's gonna be forever. Whatever, I'll get there. I wonder how many people live in Atlanta. Because I have no idea how many people live in Atlanta. I mean, I don't actually live in Atlanta. I'm in the Atlanta area. But still, you know. Gotcha, Ribo. Well, I'll just keep... I have the page up where I can buy tickets, so I'll just leave that up there and I'll check periodically. If you see it, Ribo, please feel free to let me know so I can go and grab my own tickets. I'd appreciate it. Thanks. Now that I've completely been distracted, I can't just believe I did that on the stream. I'm sorry, guys. I need to make it up to you. What could I discuss? What is there to analyze here? Oh, that's pretty small, Enigma. Yeesh. We do have one viewer who lives in Japan. Melancholine. Or wait, no. Not Melancholine. Melancholine is the Greek woman. Shoot, I can't remember. We have one viewer who lives in Japan. In our, amongst our chat. Amongst our audience. Amongst our viewers. Bricks! In all honesty, I was actually thinking about talking about something. So when you see something like this, you see this glowing thing, what occurs to you quicker? Is that technological? Or is that magical? Because the immediate... Well, I'll talk about why in a moment. Emoi, that's it. Emoi is the woman who lives in Japan now. And she sent all sorts of awesome pictures of things I am super jealous of. There was a Japan festival where my friend lives recently, and he got to eat tons of Japanese food there, and or rather, he had the opportunity to. He didn't actually sit down and do so, but I'm still super jealous of the reality. Now, see, Night Forger is being a dick. Baronosa says tech. Chaos Rider says magic. There's a specific reason I'm bringing this up. Again, I'm not just yammering for yammering's sake. You see, one of the things that comes from visual design is, you want to get across an idea quickly and easily. You know what I mean? In other words, you want to just make someone immediately think, blah. And you don't want to have someone say, oh my god, this is a technological place. You don't want to have someone say, oh my god, this is such a magical place. You want the viewer, the gamer, to automatically, immediately be like, aha, and just put the pieces together for themselves, right? And so, when it comes to design, and this varies based on era, because things that say tech in the 70s don't really say that anymore. You know what I mean? It's not the same, so it depends on the era in which the game is made. That's actually another reason why I like the DS's updated graphics, because when the DS version was made, they updated a lot of the things that were supposed to be immediate visual indicators, so that they were visual indicators for the new era that didn't quite work when the SNES game came out. You with me? And there's a whole art and design to that, which I don't even know how to summarize, really. It's some fascinating stuff. Like, for example, glowy lights. Glowy lights, most people, at least from when I was going to school, admittedly for art design and stuff, immediately think tech. They automatically associate that with technology, because we here in real life have glowing lights thanks to technology. Literally, that's a thing that we have. And so, if you see it in fiction, you automatically assume that if any society or location has glowy lights to that kind of excess, it must be advanced tech, because we don't have glowy lights to excess, unless you live in certain areas or have a unique design sense. You with me? We have a light. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. There's a light right there on my ceiling. That's what we have. But we still, like, if I had dozens of those and they're all pulsating, it's like, that must be super advanced because they have what I have, but more. You with me? It's a weirdly psychological thing, and it's one of the reasons why design classes and the fact that I actually went to school for a lot of art design, instead of just going to learn how to draw, was actually really awesome and really some interesting information in my opinion. Of course, everyone in chat is totally ignoring me. I really should just stop streaming for the moment. Cut this off for our YouTube viewers. But yeah, so you look at that thing in the Giant of Babylon, it's like, tech! I mean, there's other things that do that well. The giant cogs and gears certainly get that across. But you know what I mean. Texting. Yeah, the exoskeleton thing is another excellent example of that, what Javan just said. Why do you keep asking if I'm playing FF14? I don't understand this question. When being a vampire meant something. Hell, here's one that's been pretty standard for a while. Gothic architecture still has the same general connotations it had, 20 years ago. You still look at Gothic architecture and you think, that kind of high fantasy or horror or, vampiristic Dracula kind of a situation, it's just kind of a thing. As opposed to any other kind of implication. However, not everything has stayed the same. One of my favorites is actually the all-white aesthetic. Now, I like the color white. I also like the color black, by the way. It's totally you, Death Guts guy. I don't have FF14 up. I'm not even sure where you're hearing that sound. Unless you're just hearing it from the game, which is entirely possible. Unicorns have certainly changed. Vampires are actually a good example of things changing based on the times. Now, of course, there's an argument to be made here. Some people would say you should never actually... Like, if they made a proper remake of FF4DS now, like if they're making it right now, and the people at the art design team are like, okay, should we go ahead and redesign several... No, John. Should we redesign several of the aesthetics of FF4 to appeal to the new era, or should we preserve the old ones even if they don't apply anymore? And I want to stress that I'm not taking sides in that discussion, because both sides have valid points. Preservation of art and culture is a big deal to me. I really feel strongly about that. By the same token, dated looks dated. You know, there's a reason I keep saying some things age well and some things do not. So, you know, I don't feel like there's a definitive answer to that question. I'm curious of your guys' thoughts. I mean, how many of you have watched the movie THX 1438, I think? I forget the exact number. Some of you probably know what I'm talking about. And yes, we now know Holy. 1138, I was right. Yay. Yes, it's an old George Lucas film that once upon a time... I'm sorry, check on. Go to sleep. Sleep. Anyways, it's a look. The look of that film looked a lot more advanced, sci-fi-y, and generally techy back in the day. However, if you literally, if you go pull up like a Google image search for THX 1138 right now, and you just see the design of the arts and the style of how the bots get banned and how the general aesthetic sense, it looks incredibly dated now. Another good example, and I mean no offense with this, is Star Trek the Motion Picture, which looks ridiculously dated. It just screams pastel 70s, like everywhere. And just, yeah, if you've watched Star Trek the Motion Picture, especially recently, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But then again, some other movies, some other books, some other games have aged fairly well. So I'm just getting across the point that whether or not something has aged well is, of course, going to depend on the individual's perspective. But that doesn't change the base core problem. Do we update it for the modern audience, yes or no? Should we update it for the modern audience? You know? Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should leave it as it is so we could preserve it, you know? That is a valid perspective. I don't know which one is correct there. I don't think either of them is correct there. I think it's just a matter of what do we do. Now, that being said, in the ideal world, the answer is both. We should preserve the classic to make sure that new generations can see it, and then we should do the proper remake, which updates it. But of course, this is reality land, where that's not often feasible. If I could use another example of the whether it's aged well or not thing, just to get on that one, real quick, I think Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan, still looks great. I mean, it does have a bit of an 80s feel to it, but I feel like the overall visual aesthetic works and has not aged. It's aged well. By contrast, watching through motion picture, oh my god, that movie has not aged well. In my opinion, of course. So, yeah. Saying it there. And those movies did not come out that far across each other, you know? Wow, I already have 15 more comments on my poster video. Oh, hey, Leviathan. I think it is very, very well done, Night Forger. It has a very lived-in, rough, realistic, believable feel to it, Night Forger, and I think the overall visual aesthetic really helps add to the visual storytelling, especially every time we go into Gaius Baltair's mind and everything's pristine and white and completely the opposite. You know, it's a great contrast. here? Did I not? I swore there was an ability for that, or a setting for that somewhere. That is true, Javan. We can actually have both the maintenance of the old and the remake. In fact, one of the things I've said many, many times is we should have the original Star Wars trilogy and the special editions. Now, of course, that might not be physically possible at this point, for reasons I'm not going to go into. But, you know, it would have been awesome to have both. We could do that now. We can have FF4, the original classic, and FF4, the DS version, now. We do have both now. You know? I could pull up FF4 right frickin' now, and it would be awesome. And I don't know where the hell. Maybe it's in here? Whatever. I swore there was a way to set it so that the summons were shorter. But I guess not. Oh well. Alright, I'm tired of using tents, but screw it, I'll just use a cottage. That's a really small cottage. Checking the movie update here. No, no, no. God, you're stupid. Not you guys. The movie thing is stupid. Still no movie tickets available. I agree, that ice wall should not exist. Enigma, if you posted something in chat, I didn't see it. It might have chopped it off, because Twitch likes to do that. Honestly, Night Forger, no, I don't think so. Because I think in that case, the old, and let's be honest, dated, uniforms actually help sell the different era of TNG. Because remember, Season 1 and 2 of TNG were a different era in-universe, not just out-of-universe. That was a different era for the Federation, and for the galaxy as a whole. And for Deacon's balls, which are being grinded off right now. It's okay, I added some serrated edges, so it should go quicker, Deacon, don't worry. But when's the trailer? But when's the halftime? Oh, I just want to buy the tickets and be done with it. Or, I mean... Hi. Wow, Deacon. Which time zone, Fakey? Because someone earlier said 10, but I didn't realize which time zone they were talking about. Now, guys, you know how I've said before, and will say again, that the holodeck is the perfect, video game? If you think about it, everything we've been talking about with regards to design choices and personal preference and all that would exist in a holodeck. You could literally be in the middle of playing FF4 on the holodeck and just say, "Computer, increase the X gain by blah blah blah." Or you could say, computer, you know, I'd rather have, you know, this this kind of a thing. You know, a computer, I prefer the graphics of the original. Switch the graphics to the original version, computer. Computer, could you load the original version of this song, but the advanced version of this song? Thank you, computer. You know, you could just have total 100% control over the experience and customize it to your preference. Of course, that might lead to a problem that we actually see in Star Trek, and is hinted at in Star Trek many times, aka people get bored with holodecks. Keeping in mind that holodecks are actually a really recent technology when it comes to Star Trek, and being a brand new thing at the beginning of TNG, people get accustomed to them to the point where they consider them mundane very, very quickly, and don't really do anything with them. I've talked about that many times in, no, Baronessa, many times in my Voyager videos about how there's this clear culture that's grown up around computers. Or computers around holodecks, because they're just, people had such an extreme 100% ability to customize, like I just said, that they had the Dark Eldar effect going on for them, basically. So, maybe we shouldn't have that power, I don't know. You know, that's a good question. I have no idea what level I'm going for, Stormer. What level am I? I guess we're in our 60s. I'm just really scared about fighting the CPU, if I'm being honest. The fact that I'm still not handling trash easily makes me worry, you know? I'm still having to go intent after every single trash fight. Yeah, AMC is what I will be. AMC, Regal, something, something. Or no, maybe that isn't AMC. Maybe Regal's different. I don't know, whatever. Maybe it is an AMC. I know nothing. Ignore me. And no, Fakey, my head will probably not explode. If it does, well then, I guess you guys will not get any more videos about it. Yeah, in all honesty, that's exactly what I'm thinking, Enigma. This could be our next Dr. Luge fight. I suppose I could go fight the 4 Fiends, see how that goes, and then level more if I need to for the CPU. You know, the funny thing is, Javan is thinking totally the same way I am. There are no limitations. It's just how well... I mean, the computer is, I've said this before, is effectively sentient as far as how adaptable it can change the holodeck stuff. So, just... yeah, there is no limitation. The only limit is your own imagination on the matter. You have a blank piece of paper, what do you want to do? Of course, some people completely get paralyzed with blank pieces of paper, myself included, actually, but, yeah. Computer, I'd like to see what it's like if in Final Fantasy IV, Edge was replaced with Edgar. Now you got me thinking about this, Javan. I tend to limit myself a little bit more, because I like... you know me, I like to make one change that's going to change everything. So, for example, you know... I want to see what happens in Star Trek Voyager if they get home in Season 2, or 3, actually, excuse me. Alright, let's go ahead and fight the 4 Fiends. Let's see how this works out. Is that... yeah, this is the room. Ooh, voice acting.
At last you've come.
The giant cannot be stopped.
But you can. This will be your doom.
You again.
Our master Sinis gifted us with life.
To rob you of yours.
How I yearn for this. When last we met, you taught me a great truth. that many are more powerful than one. I'll restore you to full strength. Now, show us what power you possess.
I gotta be honest, when I first saw this on the SNES, I was beyond hyped. I was like, yes! I was so excited for this fight. Now, gotta be honest, this fight is a little disappointing. Whoops. The reason why is because we don't actually fight all four at once. Wouldn't this be so awesome if we fought all four of them simultaneously? Tell me that wouldn't be cool! Tell me and prove that you are wrong, because it would be cool. You are wrong, it would be cool. It would be so cool. What do you mean, Night Forger? Kinda busy right now, man. What do you want? What do you want? No, why are you talking to me about Star Trek? No, I'm kidding. What do you mean? What updated to us more? That's true, Jobin. You are correct on that. I hadn't thought about that. Now, I will say, I was actually about to say negative. I was going to give this a negative for the fact that you don't all fight all four at once. I think I'm actually not going to do that. Not just because of the fact that this is still a pretty awesome fight, and it is, but also because of the fact that it's also quite... there's really only one other fight in the entire game like this, and that's actually Zeramus. You really do have to be ready for this fight, in more ways than one. You have to really go all out on this sucker. Otherwise, you will just be destroyed. Because they've got the health pool of all four fiends combined. So you really do have to fight all four fiends. Even if you're fighting them one in a row, it's not like it's a kill zone, you know? You are still having to endure all of their attacks, one after another, after another. It's just, instead of it being a brawl from hell, it's an endurance fight, which is a bit of a different perspective. So I still don't... I don't think it's actually a negative like I was originally thinking about giving it. I'm also going completely all out on this guy, if it's not obvious. For those of you not aware, you could actually bug this fight out, because what happens in the original SNES version... yeah, we'll go ahead and watch it again. In the original SNES version, basically each time you defeat them, they have a counterattack, which allows them to then... oh, shoot. Which allows them to turn into the next form. I don't know if that's true in this version or not. But... in the SNES version, if you kill them in a specific way, you can actually completely bypass their counter. And so they never... So you fight Mylon and then you win. Also, we don't have Kane anymore. So, you know, that's a thing. Nobody cares about Edge. Don't lie, you don't care about Edge either. I'm gonna go ahead and blow something big on this fight. Screw it. We're going all out. We are literally burning every single resource on this fight. Which is funny, because the CPU fight is much harder than this fight. In every way. God, the CPU fight I am not looking forward to. Hey, Purdy X America. Sorry, I just glanced over there. I don't know how long until you said hi. Yes is the answer to your question, Savo. Oh, that would be beautiful, Enigma. That would be so beautiful! Oh, my kingdom for a Four Fiends fight where you fight them all at once. I know what you're gonna say, Gary on, or however you're supposed to pronounce that, but that really doesn't count. We did it! We did it. Burned an elixir to do it. Edge did not get experience! Damn it. Whatever. So. Needle, there it is. I'm pretty damn close at this point, Fakey. This is basically the second to last dungeon right here. Okay. We're gonna go recover before the CPU fight. Oh god, I'm scared. Okay, so... No, I agree, this is not the best version. Still an awesome song. Still an awesome song. Whoops. Whoops, went too far. There's a lot that could be extrapolated from the Four Fiends fight, but the only really significant things are A. Zemus had the power to bring them back, somehow. And B, they were loyal to Zemus, not Golbez. It is heavily implied they were always loyal to Zemus, not Golbez. In other words, they were aware of the fact that they were serving a false lord in Golbez. Are we maxed? We're not really maxed yet. 2 more tents. Seriously. Give me a second, Ventures, to think about that. You know, help me narrow it down for me, Ventures. Give me, like, WRPGs or JRPGs, because there's too many, man. There's too many. Also, do you mean in lore and gameplay? Please don't say both. Okay, so... one of the things that I think is interesting is, you remember I mentioned the theory that the Four Fiends are actually Eidolons? Which, by the way, does not necessarily contrast the theory that they were once humans, since it's possible humans can become Eidolons. King Baron? Assuming that is a truth. We don't actually know, as I pointed out. I mention this, though, because it's one of the best explanations I've ever heard with regards to why the Four Fiends could come back. It's basically the same reason Bahamut can come back. It's the same reason Leviathan is still there after we've defeated him. He's just resummoned. He's an Eidolon, right? There's nothing else to it. He's just there. As an aside, I also really like the implication that the Four Fiends are from the moon. That being said, remember how I mentioned they might have originally been human? Fusaya's quote here is really interesting. Is such the strength of this planet's evil? And that's specifically referring to the Four Fiends fight. He only shows this quote immediately, whoops, after the Four Fiends fight. So, the implication here is that the Four Fiends are not from the Lunarian people, which means he wouldn't be aware of them. In other words, the Four Fiends are new to him, which means they couldn't be previously Eidolons, because the Eidolons are from the moon, but they could still be new Eidolons, but that lends heavy credence to the idea that they were, in fact, human. So this is my final point of evidence for why I think the Four Fiends were originally humans. just thought I'd show that off before the fight from hell. Oh, God, this fight. This freaking fight. Venters, just off the top of my head, in terms of lore, I'm going to go ahead and pull out here Cairn from Warcraft, Rex, and Garrus. I'm also going to pull out Terra, Cecil, Terra from Final Fantasy VI, Cecil, and Aqua from Kingdom Hearts. There you go, there's your answer. So this is the CPU core. I don't remember its stats on the DS version as well as I do on the SNES version. In the SNES version, if you kill the ads, it kills you. In the SNES version, the ads both heal and do damage and cast Reflect on the main core. You pretty much have to destroy the defense node. I mean, there's really no getting around that. Oh yeah, by the way, it likes to cast Reflect on itself, so you can't flare or holy it. You can't single target it. If you're going to hit it with magic, you have to do the Reflect trick, which is random chance of hitting it because it'll hit whoever on the other side. Or you have to do an AoE attack, which will kill the other core, which will kill you. By the way, that's how hard this thing hits. If you meteor it, you'll kill the ads, as I said, and this centerpiece will sit there being like, "Hey, what's up? Nothing's going on. Don't mind me. Don't mind me." By the way, Globe 199, which does 9,999 damage. Period. It's actually scripted damage. It just hurts. Edge is dead, ladies and gentlemen. Edge is dead. Oh god, I just noticed it's healing from the holy damage. I just noticed that. Oh my god. Okay. We need to get rid of the heal node like right frickin' now. Unless we could die too. That's always an option. Okay, so there's another strategy which we're going to try, now that I know that Holy heals the defense side there. I have beaten this, the DS version specifically, or FF4 in general, Fakey? Because I've only beaten the DS version five times prior to this time, so this would be the 6th completion. The SNES version is a lot higher than that. Oh shoot, I just realized I'm doing the wrong thing here. No, it's okay, I can make this work, I can make this work. God, it still has health. FF4 in general, I couldn't count. Quite a few. I've beaten FF4 many, many times. Not as many times as I have 6 and Chrono Trigger, but quite a few. Actually, it's funny you said that, Shekaroon, because that's actually what I meant to do, and then I totally mistook it, because I'm an idiot! I meant to go after the attack node, not the heal node. Basically, you have 2 strategy options for this fight. You can, A, get rid of the attack node, so he can barely do any damage to you, and then very slowly grind down the boss while he's healing. Or B, go after the healing node, and get the snot beat out of you the entire time, while you're going after the node, which isn't healing. Those are basically your options. Do I have no... damn it. There. Sorry. I really wish memory was up for a fight like this. Yeah, by the way, if I haven't mentioned it before, taking up both is a very bad idea. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Let's Edge is dead. Get up, Edge. You're actually one of my only damage dealers right now. Seriously, throw is actually one of the only things keeping me going at the moment, damage-wise. So anyways, what I'm doing here is basically the risky, difficult, dangerous strategy, which has just not paid off. I'm just gonna die. I'll go ahead and go with the safe strat. 2 TPKs. Welcome to the CPU fight. This is not a negative, though. This is actually a very intelligently designed boss, with one problem to it. You'll notice I'm not giving a positive to the game either. Normally I'd give a positive for the design of this boss fight. You really do have several different strategies for dealing with it, and I like the variety in it. The negative is that it's a gotcha boss. It comes out of nowhere and completely subverts all your expectations. In every other fight prior to this one, when you have a boss with 2 ads, and that's pretty much the norm, you're supposed to kill the ads. Not on this one. On this one, if you kill the ads, you die. So, yeah. If I die one more time, I'll go ahead and kill both ads just to showcase what happens. Oh yeah, grinding in the giant in the SNES version is a little bit of a whoa moment. Again, speaking from experience here. It is once again worth noting that I literally cannot use my biggest damaging attacks on this thing. I can't use Holy, because it'll be reflected. And if I try to reflect it on myself, it might hit the wrong thing. I can't use Flare, because it'll be reflected, and I don't want to hit the wrong thing. I can't use Meteor, because it will hit both things. I can't use Summons, because it'll hit both things. No matter what I want to do, I can't do it on this fight. They really do kind of chop you off at the legs for this fight. Rydia's best contribution at this point is to melee. And, the only real purpose Rosa and Fusaya have at the moment is healing and getting haste up on everyone else. Oh, whoop. Also, the fact that the cursor defaults to the ads is a little irritating, if I'm honest. Hey, Samurai. Welcome to the hardest... Well, not the hardest. One of the harder fights in the game. Wait, is he? Yeah, he is. So now Fusaya and Rose are going to try and restore everyone's mana. Fail, apparently. Ah, god damn it. This is, we've already died 3 times, Samurai. Let's go ahead and get a shell going on, too, just in case that helps. So you can see why this is the safe strat, and admittedly also the boring strat. The core itself doesn't do anything as long as the nodes are up. Oh, absolutely not, Enigma. I mean, I guess I'd have to do New Game Plus and then get all the way to the moon just to showcase it. That would take way too long. Yes, there is, Shadow. The Giant of Bab-Il, or Geryon, depending on how you define it. Oh my god. Yeah, Edge is literally most of my damage right now. How's that for sad? There we go. Got him. So that's the safety strat for the CPU fight. I've also come up with a Berserker strat once upon a time in the SNES version, which is basically, go throw absolutely everything at it, oh god, just throw everything at it, destroy, destroy. And in so doing, you basically kill the two nodes, but you then very, very, very quickly immediately turn around and try to you kill the core before it one-shots you, basically. Yeah, you know what, just go. Telling you, Enigma, young for the win. Okay, so we're about to have a cavalcade of cutscenes. Also, most of the cutscenes that are unique to the DS version are about to happen. This is the biggest moment in which they added new content to the game right here. And it's awesome? Is that the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I think that's the word. It's awesome. Force Awakens 3D. Force Awakens. No, regular, non-Force Awakens. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna do some ticket stuff while this cutscene plays. I'll be back.
Why? Why was I so consumed by hate?
You've regained your senses then. Do you remember your father's name?
By the way, Michael
My
McConaughey
father.
is still awesome.
His name was Kluya.
Then you're Cecil's own.
Brother? Golbez is my...
You were being manipulated by the all-powerful will of Zemus. Your Lunarian blood rendered you an easy target for his curse, and bound your thoughts to his. To think Kluya's sons would be made to fight one another.
Fusoya! I fought him. I hated him. My own brother.
You are my brother.
But were it me, the one Zemus chose to control, our roles might just as well have been reversed.
No, there was evil in me long before all this.
What?
I'm the one who abandoned you.
Is Baronessa still here? I'm just curious because Cecil's mother name is Cecilia. Seriously. And that, of course, is Theodore. The son of Kluya and Cecilia. So, you know why this is awesome? Because it's playable! Twists in video games and stories in general are kind of the norm now. And I myself have talked about how twists should not be mandatory, twists are not necessary, and for that matter, twists, see around Night Forger, twists can be done improperly. That being said, I gotta be honest, the Golbez and Cecil thing kind of came out of nowhere for me. The first time I played it, obviously. There were hints, and by hints I mean there was one. There was one little bitty hint, and that's basically it. So that really does just kind of come out of absolutely nowhere. And it's a nice twist that really, it's not just a twist for a twist's sake, is why I like it. It's a twist that actually helps inform the characters and adds to the mythos and the setting and the story and all that fun stuff. Second point, this is a playable cutscene. Plus a story for playable cutscenes. Playable flashbacks. This is awesome. Do you know how rare that is? Especially in a Final Fantasy game? Especially in a relatively modern Final Fantasy game? We'll see if there's any other pluses in a moment. I'm tempted to give a plus for the additional content being in the DS version, but I can't really do that because this is the version I'm reviewing. So I can't say it's better than the SNES version because of this, therefore it gets a positive. It doesn't work that way. Well, hang on. Let's head outside. So, there's a lot to be said about this section. Like, a lot, actually. Absolutely not fakey. Hopefully. I could just talk on and on and on about this section, about everything they talk about. It's all the things you'd kind of expect. The idea that Cluya has granted humanity magic, which has become relatively commonplace. Some people are using magic specifically for hunting, and some people are abusing it. This person insists that it is not magic that's the problem, it's the people who are wielding magic that's the problem. Oh, finally, thank God. And my internet bill. Bleh. Not thank God on the internet bill. One good piece of mail came, and one bad one. Anyways, this is all good stuff. I don't really have anything to add here. Cluya is pretty much, and this is another way this ties into the classic Greek epic mythos style, whatever you want to call it, the epic fantasy. Cluya is effectively Prometheus here. He has given us fire. In some ways, that's a good thing. In others, it is not. Fire bad! Oh, sorry. I also like how Cluya constantly he looks up at the moons, and, he explains to Theodore, because Theodore doesn't know the truth of his father's heritage at this point in time. Now, this is really interesting. Theodore is a skilled mage at a young age, and yet he can't cast Cure. Cure. The most basic, fundamental white mage spell he is incapable of casting, which really says a lot about Theodore's mindset and his limitations in mentality, the direction his personality is going to go, and probably also helps to inform where his character arc would eventually end up, given his own statement of guilt and grief about all the things they did. Now, I'm being dragged away.
No, you're not.
I'm not being dragged away, so we will not pause. This is not After Years. No, this is just the DS versions of Goten. Now, where's... Holy crap! So, fun story. Theodore, even as a child, already has some issues. I want you to imagine a child who can cast black magic with such skill, with such power, that they actually make the other adults around them pale in comparison. I also want you to imagine that child's mother, whom they love dearly and love dearly in return, dies giving birth to their brother. honestly, the puzzle pieces probably line up very quickly, swiftly, and easily in that case, don't they? It's very understandable to me why he became Golbez. By the way, fun fact, Zemus actually names him Golbez. This is also interesting. We can sort of see where Cecil gets his mentality right here, because Cluya is actually attacked by people, humans, by the way, who use magic. Cluya refused to defend himself, and therefore simply just took the hits, and is on the verge of death. And as he's laying there, he's having an epiphany, because he is Prometheus, like I said, he's the one who brought fire. Was he mistaken in doing so? Was he mistaken in teaching people how to use magic and technology? Hang on just a second. Sorry about this. Now he is lying here on death's door. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention that just before his mother dies giving birth to his brother, his father dies to humans. Because he couldn't cast Cure. Can you imagine what that would feel like? To be a young child, younger than 10, and failing at saving your father, and it's your fault. And knowing that it's your fault. Some people ask why the dying in childbirth thing is so common in fiction. Those people tend to forget how common it was in real freaking life. So here you are. No parents. No one to support you, except for your own black magic. It's all you have. And a town full of people who may or may not care about you at all. And then a voice whispers in your ear. He is the root of all you've suffered. If it wasn't for him, your mother and father would still be alive. And you are a vile little insect, birthed from womb of dragon's corpse, are you. I name you Golbez. The implication here is that even though Zemus affected, influenced, manipulated Golbez, there was, to put it into such terms, there was fertile soil for that kind of hatred in Golbez's heart. And again, I don't blame him. Also, here's the King of Baron, when he was a great deal younger, taking in Cecil as his own adopted child, for many significant reasons. Also, now this is fascinating. I want you to pay attention to this. The King of Baron is, when he sees Cecil, he is reminded of a person forced from Baron because of his cowardice. What did the King of Baron do to force Cecilia into Mysidia, out of Baron? We never actually know the truth of what happened. But it's interesting that there's that tiny little thread there. And once again, I find myself wondering if the developers behind this, Matrix Software and Square both, weren't actually thinking about a prequel situation, because there's a lot of pieces that just really incline me to think that a prequel was in the works, you know?
After that, I took to the borderlands, where I could hide from others' eyes. Racked by guilt, ashamed to show my face. I would not think to ask for your forgiveness now, but I am glad that you survived. What better a pawn could Zemus have possibly chosen than this?
Where will you go?
To put an end to all of this.
Zemus is a Lunarian, as am I. I will go with you.
Farewell, Cecil.
Whoa, dude. He's totally your brother, dude.
Cecil, is this all right?
That man, he means to die. He's your brother.
My brother.
Your blood. Your only living family.
Which I will remind you, Rydia has none of anymore. She would know what it's like to lose that, wouldn't she? Hey, Kane. Just out of nowhere. Yes, I know, Rybo. I've been texting back and forth between my sister to figure out what time would be best to purchase, because they have like 5 times available. So after this big cutscene, we're going to pause for a bit. I gotta go grocery shopping. I'll probably be back afterwards. Not 100% sure of that yet. I do like how slowly the giant falls, because it makes perfect sense that something that size would fall slowly, you know. It does, Enigma, absolutely. Which makes sense for a game with such a strong character focus.
My mind is my own again. I cannot expect forgiveness, but...
Forgiveness? It's your fault the giant appeared in the first place!
Stop it!
Rosa...
Golbez broke free as well. That's why you're free. None of this was your fault.
Yes, that's right. Even more cutscenes that are unique to the DS version. But someone is feeling anxious, so I'm going to pause here. What's up? No, we can do it now. I will be back, guys, because I'm pretty sure my evening is going to be free tonight. Okay, so, yeah. Anyways, so I will be back in probably about 30 or 40 minutes, and then we're going to keep going. I'm just going to leave this paused right here. So, see you in a bit, guys.